Okay, this road scam. This is video part 3 of the fucking union address. Um, he's talking about infrastructure, of course. And he's saying that America's infrastructure is getting used to be the best, and now it's getting to be one of the worst. And no doubt, no doubt. It was more private before, and it still is. When you buy a subdivision, say, as a contractor or whatever, you buy a piece of land and you're going to start a subdivision. You put in the roads. You build the houses and you put in the roads. Or at the very least, you put in the roads to the lots so that they're worth more and sell the building lots, right? Eventually, the government comes along and takes over control of those roads in order to keep them maintained and plowed and this and that. But roads are private, right? Like our family land over on the Kennebecasis Island, I made that road. And if the land was to sell off or whatever, it's an access road. It's not part of anybody's property. Technically, it's an access road, so technically it's going to be the government's road eventually, and they're going to take 30 feet from the center on each side, right, in order to do it. So they're taking a bunch of land, and then going on about the roads or whatever. Well, they maintain them, and they do a lousy job maintaining them. Usually it's a lousy job building them in the first place, whoever puts them in. And then out back here, we have a bunch of logging roads, right? And they were put in by logging companies in order to get the logs out. And then they became government roads. The government never installed them. It's very rare that the government installs a road. They'll come along and chip seal it eventually, or pave it, or fucking tweak it up, put in some culverts in a better way, maybe. But I have a neighbor, passed away now, but the hill's just a dead end, whatever. It's just a hill goes up, and the homeowner association has kept it private. They never gave it to the government. They don't let the taxes go up the hill. And I don't know now because he's passed away and long gone, and he was kind of the driving force behind it. But they saved a bundle. And the road was looked after before the main roads in the area because it was a private contractor, right? And it was a big contract for him, so he got there and got it looked after right away, made sure it was pretty, and because they weren't paying fucking 3 or 4 middlemen, government officials, right? Who would have pocketed a bunch of the money between it going from you to the plow company, right? There's 4 pockets that got to be lined, paychecks and tax and all this shit. So cost you thousands of dollars more to do the same job, right? And then you got fucking union guys plowing your roads, making more than you make. You're paying them. And you're paying the teacher. and you're paying the janitor, and you're paying the rehab guys, and you're paying all those cooks and all that stuff. And that's just a small percentage of them, right? Because then you got to think about all the survey guys, all the fucking ground guys and plumbing guy inspectors, right? You got all these inspectors that got to be paid. You got all these like within each union, or well, I think it's just one guy for all of the trades unions, but you have a guy who kind of puts you into what schools you're going to go to and does this and that. All that's paid for by us, right? So you got, and those people make more money than you. They're all in unions. They're all fucking got benefits, dental, medical, fucking all the coverage in the fucking world. And you pay for it. And you work at Walmart, Canadian Tire, fucking uh, any private company, plumber, whatever, carpenters, building houses, whatever, store clerks. There isn't a lot of private industry left. That's where it's real fucking scary. Because now it's like being lost in the woods and you got no food. You're real fucking hungry. So you think, well, I could probably eat my toes, right? And I'll still be able to walk and get around. Maybe my little fingers next, you know? Ears, they can go. Maybe I'll get a little protein in them. Eventually it comes down to, well, I could probably get by without my left arm, so I can start taking chunks, right? And, I need my right arm to harvest, so I can't take it. So next thing that's got to go is going to have to be like a leg. Well, now I can't walk anymore, or foot, right? Maybe I can go with cut the foot off, I can make a stub or something if you keep walking. But eventually, there's just nothing left, right? Don't you see it? Like, don't you realize how we're eating ourselves? Democracy. The root word is mock. To mock something. They are making a fucking mockery of us with democracy. It's a fucking joke. It's a big joke. Big time. They're just laughing at you, making fun of you for buying into it. Because it's so backwards. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Mob rule, fucking, at the best, it's mob rule. And the mob is crazy. It's stupid. And then it's not even mob rule because it's so full of lies and deceit and whatever that it's who's the best liar. Who can fake who they are the best. Right? That's why I don't fit in. I'm trying to release Jason, the ego, and become my soul. It's crazy hard, right? Most of us don't even know our soul. Men are taught to abuse her, right? She's a delicate flower, and our society pushes us to repress everything that she needs, feeling wise. Right? As men, we're supposed to be this and that and the other. When it comes to feelings, but then it gets confusing because we're also supposed to be, the tough provider, this, that, the other. Becomes very redundant or impossible at some point, that you can't be a good man when you're told that your toxic masculinity is toxic or whatever. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't work like that. It's confusing for sure. Anyway, way off topic on the Joe. But yeah, repressing our soul is the way to succeed. The way to succeed is to lie and become something that you're not. And so then when you're empty and you don't know why, because you have all that stuff, right? All the stuff that you're supposed to have to be the whatever, right? You got it all the man things, but you're still very unhappy. Well, that's because all those things aren't right. And repressing your soul is the stupidest thing that you could do. But anyway, I went way longer than I was supposed to. I don't think this one's going to get kicked off. My last one, I'm pretty sure it did, because I said blah blah, something stupid. And I just spit it out like that. I didn't mean to at all. I don't know what I was talking about. Whatever, don't matter. But I'm gonna go back to watching this. Can't. I can't believe all the lies that he's saying and the bullshit that's spewing out of this man's mouth. And then Crowder and them, they're catching all kinds, tons of stuff. Like that bell's ringing so much it's funny. And still missing tons of stuff. it's it's crazy is what it is. How can there be this much? Well, because lie is success. That's why. That's how. A lie, a great liar is a great success. I used to be a great liar. I was really good at it when I was young. I don't know. All the lectures that I got about it sunk in eventually in my late teen years. And I stopped and just, well, obviously nobody completely stops, because that would be a lie, wouldn't it? But I do my best to never lie, and to never lie to myself about a situation. And that's very important. A lot of people lie to yourselves, like live total fabricated lives that I can't imagine the anxiety attached to that kind of life when everything's just threads of lies all holding together, and your whole fucking life is this made up persona of something that you're not. You know, people have like whole relationships like that and everything, right? And it just live this fakeness, and I can't imagine how hard that is, how stressful that would be, how much you just want to friggin' burst all the time. No wonder people have like violent outbursts and things like that if you're living in full deceitfulness all the time. No doubt. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. Leave yous be.